Bosco, in this bitch.
Straight.
How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm bragging. Bragging.
What is it like being bragging? I ain't been there yet.
It's real tranquil. Like it's a tranquil place. Like it's lonely up here.
I'm gonna try to move this as close as I can to your face because you do have kind of like a rumbling voice. I want to make sure we catch all that.
Mic check. Mic check.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So tell me about where you're from.
I'm from Inglewood, California. Well, really, I'm from LA. Like, I'm from LA.
The whole LA?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm from the whole LA. Like, I was born in Los Angeles, like South Central LA, we like to call it, like Hoover area. I told y'all, you know what I mean? That's where I was born at, but I grew up and adapted Inglewood as home. Like, you know what I mean? That's where I started my gang career, and basically, yeah, I'm from Inglewood, California / Los Angeles.
Okay, so who were you as a kid when you think back on like what kind of 10-year-old you were, or what you gravitated towards as a youth? Let's talk about that.
You know what? I was like I was a pretty normal, mischievous boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, throwing baskets off of freeway overpasses and shit.
Baskets?
Oh my God. You know what?
We throw some stones, but I heard about kids catching charges for throwing rocks off that shit.
You know what? Like
killing people.
Like, I think like honestly, I might have caused a horrific accident.
Really?
Yeah, I think I might have caused all right, I did cause a horrific accident. I'm gonna tell you.
Throwing a basket?
Yeah, throwing a basket off an overpass.
What day and year so that the police can get you for this?
I'm just saying, like, is this Vlad TV or something? Is it Vlad?
Yeah. Well, okay, there you go, though. There's a good sidebar. When you hear people say Vlad's a snitch, what do you think?
Vlad ain't no snitch. He just like, Vlad is white. Like no, Vlad is white. He has white dude question. Like he has the shit that, like us as in our urban culture, we as blacks, most of us know, 70% of us know not to ask certain questions and not to do certain things. And like Vlad was raised different. Like, you know what I mean? He was raised different.
I feel like Vlad, I think it's less about him being white and more about him just knowing exactly what he wants you to talk about that will get the most views, and he has no shame, no fear about asking it. Like I can think of questions I would ask you that
you wouldn't do.
They would make for a great title. Bosco talks about bam. But yeah, you're right. I would want to sort of dance around asking about those specific things.
Now, meeting Vlad a cool dude. I think Vlad know what to do to get the views. I mean, he understands his platform and he understands his power. I think he know what to say to get the views. Like, honestly.
Somebody told me about Vlad one time. They're like, Vlad's a good dude. He does his job and then he goes home. And he doesn't like do all the stuff that like, you do. This is what they were saying to me. They're like, go to the studio and be linking with different people, go to shows all the time. He got his lane, he does it, and he just stays low key. And it's like smart. That's the safest way to go about shit for sure.
Yeah. He pretty safe dude. I can say that. Like, I spoke with him, we conversated and shit. Like, he pretty like cut and paste. Like pretty much. Like,
but you got kids and shit too.
Yeah, like he pretty much he pretty much straight to the point. Like he don't like to fuck around. Like you can tell he say he fuck with security. Like when I roll to events, I got security. I don't fuck around. Like,
you do?
No, he do.
He do. Yeah. Oh, see, yeah, I haven't got to that stage yet. I've been thinking about it.
I'll kick it with the homies.
Right.
I'm too poor for security.
Well, you got guys in mind that if you were going to go somewhere that they would roll. See, yeah, that's the problem. I got Lavelle and his cousin, and they're just like big ass dudes. It's
it's like I fuck with the homies, and then if we get into something, they squabblers too. Like, you feel me? I just need something to take off the cheap.
Yeah. But my guys that I have with me, the problem is that they'll start talking to a girl. All of a sudden, they're in conversation over here. The other one's over here smoking a blunt, and then I'll just be all alone. And I'll realize, like, oh, right, that's what you need, real security, so that they won't go just be human beings.
Yeah, I just need people that's paid to shoot. Honestly, I just need people that's paid to shoot because I can't shoot. Like, honestly, but
why?
I'm a career felon. Like, look, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a career felon, but that's what some people would, but. I ain't gonna say a career felon, but I am a felon though. Like, I've been caught with multiple firearms in my day, so I'm at the point in my life where I'm trying to stay away from that.
If you got caught shooting somebody, they're not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. You're going away.
Probably, yeah.
You're probably not gonna get away with self-defense. They're gonna say he's a gangbanger.
I'm not a gangbanger.
History.
I'm not a gangbanger. I'm a gang member.
Oh,
Gang member. I'm not a gangbanger.
But does that mean anything to the police?
It should. It should. I'm saying like you can't call me a gangbanger. Like I'm not in the streets banging on people, asking people where they're from, and like going to commit drive-bys and shootings. So like I wouldn't call myself a gangbanger. But you know, I am from where I'm from, and like you know, like my friends are still my friends. So you know, I would consider myself a member at times.
You feel like you had no choice, that you were that's what's the difference for you, is that it's just part of your identity, where you came from and
Exactly.
shit, right? Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like it's my culture. It's like basically it's just the culture. Like you know what I mean? Like look at it. Like look at the culture. Like look at Lil Wayne, Baby, grown ass men. Like you feel me? Like look at these niggas. These niggas is grown ass men, but these niggas is still bloods though. It's like these niggas, like you feel me? It's just a culture. Like,
You feel like that's a weird thing for Baby to start saying he's a blood when he's like into his 30s or 40s or whatever?
yeah, it was pretty strange to me. I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty strange. But like, you know, as a young nigga, like it was more fascinating. Like it was like, damn, nigga, like Baby want to be a blood too. It was like, oh shit. But like me being older now and me doing what I do, like really looking at it, was pretty weird, some weird shit. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a thing for me too, is that
big
like,
grown ass man start getting big ass stores on his head.
yeah, I hang out with a lot of rappers, and like sometimes, you know, consistently I'll be around them enough, and then like, you know, but it's like, I could never even imagine being like that dude who wants to, like, as an adult, be like, damn, you know, I'm gonna get down with this.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of corny though. No, honestly, like you know, I fuck with Baby though. Like,
But he's a gangster, right? So it's like,
I mean, you know, I got a respect for Baby, but it was kind of like when you look at it, it's like because if it was somebody else, you would say it was corny as shit. So I'm not finna pull the flag and say it's not corny because Baby did it. Like it was still corny too because Baby did it. But you know, we accepted it, but it was still corny as shit too. Like,
but it's like you didn't wear skinny jeans when you were a kid because they didn't have them yet. Baby wasn't in the Bloods because he didn't even have that as an option really to be down with that for where he's from, right? So he gets older, he learns about all these cool new clubs that he could join. Boom.
and then now he's from the club.
A club. I mean, I'm just saying that at a certain point, like if it's something that you can just join when you're older, it is kind of like a club. It's not like it's different when you join something when you're 13. Like, or you know what it's like? It'd be like if I got super into like rooting for the Yankees all of a sudden, or like I move out here and all of a sudden I'm the biggest
Laker fan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's corny as shit.
That's
though.
weird. I would never do that. You got to stick with what you're from. But I mean, you know,
I mean, you know, I fuck with Baby though. Like, you know, I respect it, you know, because I just grew up on them. Like, but it was like by the time I realized how corny it was, it already happened, and he already got away with it. So, like, yeah, whatever.
So you ain't with all the pink hair blood?
Nah, not at all. Like,
Only at the club blood. And you heard that YG album, right?
Like, I got a name for it, and I pegged it as that, and it really became that Starboy shit. Like
Starboy shit.
Starboy shit. That's that Starboy shit.
What's that mean?
Pink hair, weirdo rappers, just like metrosexual type of, you know, just basically the type of dudes that we did. Like basically, that's like a term that I use. It's like a term that I use metaphorically to describe the state of the rap game as it is today. Like these niggas are star boys. Like these niggas be on star boy shit. Like in our area, it was gangster shit. We was on gangster shit. We was on gangster shit. So now it seemed like their era, these niggas are star boys. They be on star boy shit.
All right. So when do you start paying attention to rap, and who are you looking up at as those are the dudes when you started being interested in hip hop?
Like honestly, for me, it was like when I really when I first started paying attention to, you know, it was MC Hammer. Like I was first a fan of MC Hammer and Michael Jackson, like off top. Like I think that was the first for me. But like as far as like gangster rap and like real hip hop, like it was like Snoop Dogg, Bone Thugs and Harmony, fucking Twista, Do or Die.
Very similar over here. Like the first thing that I got into was like 91 or 92. So when Snoop first came out, that was when I was first getting interested in rap, and I was like, who the fuck is this dude? He's so cool. 34.
I'm 36. So
yeah. To me, I was just looking at it. I was trying to figure it out. Like, what the fuck is all this crazy ass gang shit and all these weird hand signs they're throwing up? I'm
but
like,
it was dope though.
yeah. But that era musically, like when the G-Funk sound came out, it was like one of the most revolutionary things in rap.
And the crazy part though, right? Everybody was Crips though. Like it was nobody like DJ Quick was a blood or whatever. He was a Pyro, but we didn't really know that. Like, he wasn't out there like just pyroing like that. Like, or if he was, like, we wasn't really paying attention like that. Like, everything was just Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, and Cuz and Dog Pounded. Like, so it's a trip to me how I ended up growing up and really being a blood. Like, coming through that era and end up being a blood. Like, that's crazy to me.
Was it just your neighborhood, or was it just your friends, or what?
Yeah, it was kind of like my friends and my neighborhood, cause I had met a dude. One of my homies, one of my best homies. It was my homie Diablo. That nigga, I had met him at Juvenile Hall first. We was in Juvenile Hall together, and I took a liking to him in Juvenile Hall and shit. So I ended up getting out or whatever, and couple like whatever little time passed, I ended up moving to Inglewood to the same hood where he was from. So naturally, like when I got over there, I got to asking about that nigga, like, you know, so Diab, like, whoa. So he was about to come home. So I got cool with the homies over there just by me knowing him and shit. So I got cool over there. Now, you know, everything started, you know, going smooth, and I just got comfortable. And you know, next thing I know, I was, you know,
Wrapped up.
you know, pretty much.
I got to get this thing a little bit closer to you.
Is it me or the mic?
It's just that you have like multiple voices, and like one of them is like regular talking, and then you'll also be like, yeah, it's like it's so low that the mic doesn't really get it, and I just want to. I want to make sure the fans aren't.
I don't
mad
know.
at
I
this.
just feel weird with it all up in my face. It's like,
I know it's kind of gay, right?
yeah, like just a little,
I feel like Brian Pumper's in the room.
yeah, like Brian Pumper.
You fuck with him?
He's fucking annoying.
We talk about him on here as much as possible.
He's annoying as shit. Like,
I never actually met him.
Oh my god, I met him multiple times. Like, he just annoying. Like you know what? I don't want to say. Yeah, he actually a cool dude. Like, I ain't gonna lie, he actually a cool dude. He just corny as shit and annoying. Like, it's just, you know how like some people like, it's like, you know how Steve Urkel made people want to beat him up. Like, it's kind of like, you know, I kind of feel like a bully seeing it. Like, you know what? Shout out to B Pumper, man. Shout out to B Pumper.
Right.
He's just annoying. He just annoying.
I like just, you know, breaking the eggs on the girl's head. Boom, I'm a fan.
You like that shit?
It's just funny. It's like funny that of all the different like things, the memes that you could pick up for yourself to just have sort of be your like thing as a porn star or whatever. But you know, that's what bums me out is I always like, I know a million porn star girls, they never know who Brian Pumper is. He's like a rap thing, not a porn thing.
What the deal is with? What is the deal with the fucking puppy? Like the fucking puppy. You ever seen the fucking puppy?
What do you mean?
The puppy you have. You never seen him in his puppy?
Oh, he's one of those guys.
You never seen him in the puppy?
I didn't know he was one of them, no.
Oh my god, it's like him and the puppy thing. Like the fucking puppy. The fucking like mangiest, shittiest puppy ever. Like what the fuck kind of dog is that anyway?
You think he's sitting at home like, how dare you talk about my dog like that?
What the fuck kind of dog is that, bro? Like who the fuck rides around with a fucking puppy like that? Like who the fuck buys that puppy? Like this buff ass porn star, bro. Like you go get this fucking puppy. Like what the fuck is it? Why hasn't it grown yet? Like what the fuck kind of dog is that, bro? Like, that shit is annoying, bro. I ain't lying. Like B Pumper just an annoying dude to me. Like, he cool though.
Was there a point in your life where you decided? Because you know that's the thing is that a lot of people who are in the rap game or whatever, like they just have it in them that they don't want to talk about other people because they got that code, like, you know, no snitching, you don't talk shit. So then they get on camera and they're just boring as fuck because they don't talk about shit.
Yeah, because niggas don't like that's what I be saying. Like, you niggas be scared to speak. But then it's like some niggas can't speak. Like, you know what I mean? Some niggas can't speak. Like that's what I understand too. Like, a lot of these dudes can't talk about nobody. They really just got to stay in their lane and shut the fuck up and just only talk. No, but I have this album coming out. Like, fuck your album. Like talk some shit about somebody. Like, you feel me?
People ever tell you remind them of Tax Stone from New York, the podcast you did?
You know what? When I first start doing what I do, like first start really like getting big on the gram and shit and on the live and shit, a lot of people was telling me like, man, you need to start podcasting. You remind me of Tax Stone. I didn't know who the fuck they was talking about at first. Like, I really didn't even, like, because I didn't even watch podcasts. Like, I still don't even really watch podcasts like that. Only, like, you and Vlad. Like, you know, I watch your shit. I watch Vlad.
I think anybody who does a podcast is really limiting themselves by not doing a video element, you know? Because, like, a lot of people just will not listen to the audio-only shit.
You got to get the visual. It's all about, I limited myself as a rapper by stop doing videos. Honestly, like I think if I did more videos, I think I really like blow back up as a rapper, right? really right now. Honestly.
Yeah, it's a big decision. But okay, when you think about Tax, like he's funny, smart, knows about rap, but then he also was just like the realest, like street dude who really went to jail for like 7 years or some shit, and like really actually kept the thing on him all the time. He was just like he was really, really about it. Like, and that was what was kind of crazy because he would talk about shit where he talked about shit on his podcast that is then included in like the fucking court case against him, where he basically just said, like, if I see somebody and they try to do something to me, I'm going to kill them. Like, exact quotes, and that they were then using in his case that he said on his podcast.
Exactly. Like, that shit, how far you think you're going to get with that shit? Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm from L.A. Like, I don't know. Like, him being a New Yorker, I guess things is different out there. But me being from LA, like, shit different out here. Like, nigga ain't finna just be moving. Like, we do what we do out here, but, like, I got a whole different situation going on. Like, nigga, I'm not finna get myself wrapped up like that. Like,
what do you mean you got a different situation?
Like, I got legal issues. Like, I'm on probation now. I'm on 5 years felony probation right now. Like,
for just a gun charge or what?
Yeah, for a gun charge. For my 4th gun charge.
Jesus.
You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I got other issues, so I'm not. And then, like, right now, I brought myself to a point where I really created something. Like, I really made I brought myself to a point where, like, I might actually, like, make it somewhere in life. Like, I might actually be somebody. And it's like, I can't trick it off to the common street shit that I used to trick it off on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to get myself caught up in those situations no more with. Like, just like how he did, like, you feel me? Like, basically, he was a nigga that was popping. He had it going. He was the man. And with that mentality, I got to keep it on me. If somebody run up on me, I'm going to kill him. And that's what fucked his life off. That's why he's sitting in jail right now, fucked off. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, I could definitely. Well, but do you feel like.
I mean, not saying allegedly, not saying that he did that, but I mean, I could see where the mentality.
Right.
Where the mentality warranted the energy, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but, okay, when you look at how you move around. Like, I mean, when you think about it, like the kind of situations that Vlad avoids by just staying home and not being backstage at shows all the time and shit. Tax was backstage at a show with a bunch of gangster-ass dudes around. It's like the exact kind of situation that if you put yourself in that situation, you realize that when you go backstage at a rap show and you got problems with people, it's like ultimately you're going to butt heads with people that you have problems with.
You butt heads, but why you scared to fight now? You didn't talk that shit, but you scared to fight. Like, why you had to shoot? Like, you talk that shit, like, y'all scared to squabble up? Like, I didn't think Troy Ave and them didn't pull no gun. Well, I don't know. Like, allegedly how the story went, like, he pulled the gun or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was some shit, like, you feel me? Who shoots somebody in the backstage at a concert?
In the middle of Manhattan?
In Manhattan.
That's
like,
crazy.
That's fucking crazy. Like, that don't even happen. Like, niggas barely even carry guns in New York like that. Like, niggas ain't just walking around hammered up like that. Like, they'll tell you, like, them gun laws is crazy. Like, niggas ain't just walking around hammered up like that. Like,
yeah.
You feel me? So that was crazy that even happened. That was fucking huge. And they gonna make an example out of that shit.
Yeah. Do you feel like 6ix9ine's going away?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. He might need a lot. You know what? I feel like 6ix9ine wants to go away. I feel like he wants the credibility. Like he might. He's such a fucking troll. Like he might have fun going away. Like, he might actually like it. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, guys. So today's podcast is brought to you by edubirdy.com, EDUBIRDIE.com. If writing is a sore subject for you, then definitely you should check out edubirdy.com. You can choose from hundreds of professional writers who are skilled in different fields of study. These pros will help you with whatever academic writing assignment you have, whether it's editing your existing paper or writing a new one from scratch. Writing is just easier with EduBirdie. If I was in school, this is a service I would use, I assume. Anyway, thank you very much to EduBirdie for sponsoring this podcast. Let's get back into action. I mean, not seeing videos of him on the timeline constantly, it would feel like a strange change for the culture.
Nah, it wouldn't be that strange.
World Star's going to be dead. Academics going to have nothing to make videos about.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fucking dick rider. Like, you dedicated your whole platform to the hairs on 6ix9ine balls. Like, and now, like, yeah, you basically ain't got shit to talk about if it ain't 6ix9ine. Like, basically, like, academics is done. Like, you better try to like link up with me or something, bro. Like,
All right, so I want your full review of Academics and his career, who he is, everything. Let's just lay it all out right now. What do you think?
I mean, you know what? Honestly, like I was fucking with Academics at first, just because of the shit that he was talking about. Like honestly, like you know, like the Chirac shit was going. Like Academics basically came up off of being a fucking culture vulture, off the Chief Keef and the whole the drill shit. Like you feel me? They was popping at the time. We wanted to hear what was going on in Chirac because them niggas was killing each other in fucking groups.
But that's the thing, is that he was filling a void for content that people like me and you wanted to watch, but that we didn't even like, you know, there wasn't people making it. That's the crazy thing, is now he doesn't make those War in Chirac videos, but there's mad other War in Chirac channels, people covering all that shit.
Exactly. So he was like a pioneer of pioneer per se. Like I could say that. I respect what Academics do, but to me he just like he became a corny dick rider. Like it's like when he was like covering the Chirac shit, it was like I respected that he was knowledgeable in what he was talking about, and like I used to be like, damn, how the fuck he get this information?
Right, he is comprehensive, honestly, and sometimes there will be something like where 6ix9ine gets locked up or whatever, and he will actually have the facts from the court case in a way that like it feels like even more legitimate places like Complex, they don't even fucking take the time necessarily to find out. But Academics actually seems like he has better sources in the streets and shit.
Yeah, like crazily, like that nigga. I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, he dig deep. He got them private investigator sources, like type shit. Like,
You think?
Something like I be like, I ain't gonna lie, I be amazed at the details some of these people get. Like, I be like, God damn, like how you find that out? Like so fast. Like TMZ. Like TMZ, it's like, how the fuck did y'all find that out? Like you see they always got everything first, video footage, fucking all the details. It's like, how the fuck did y'all get that? Like it's just crazy to me.
TMZ hit me up the other day, and they were like asking me about this rapper that I'm friends with, asking me if he was in the hospital. And I went and looked at his Instagram. He didn't have a story. I was like, he usually has a story. And then I go and like I asked somebody in his clique, and he's like, wait, what? And he like hits me up. He's like, nah, he's not in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. But I was like looking around more on people's pages and shit. I'm pretty sure that he was lying to me because he didn't want me to tell the guy that he was in the hospital. But like TMZ knew that this dude was in the hospital for however long, and none of his friends even knew. And TMZ hit me up asking me about it. I'm like, how the fuck did you guys find that out?
It's because they network is so fucking big, though. Like, that's TMZ. Like, I started this shit watching, like, the shit that I do. Like, honestly, like, I had a fascination with the celebrity news, period. Like, not even just hip-hoppers, it's just celebrity news and just covering hip-hop. I always had a fascination with that shit. Like Extra, just from Extra and extra and shit like that. All that shit, like I always like, you feel me? I fucked with that shit. So it was like the Grammys and the awards and shit when I was a kid. So I always like, you know, I had a like liking for this shit. So it was like this shit was kind of like inevitable for me, like honestly.
Yeah, it is weird. I was always obsessed with just like rap magazines and watching, you know, video shows and everything like that. But you didn't really have that much choice. So it's like I'd be sitting there watching MTV. I've seen a Backstreet Boys video 100,000 times, an NSYNC video 100,000 times. I never wanted to. No, I liked it. I like the dancing. No, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't want to see that. That's what I love about the internet now, is that like, you know, you can really drill down and like watch all these fucking random ass like underground rappers and stuff, and you don't ever have to poke your head above water and pay attention to logic if you don't want to pay attention to logic.
Where the fuck did Logic come from? I ain't gonna lie, he ain't that dope, bro.
You don't like him?
He ain't that dope, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, like you know what? I never knew who the fuck he was, but I just one day I was on the internet and somebody said something about, oh, Logic got a $30 million deal, and I was like, what the fuck? A $30 million deal? Who the fuck is it? Like, so that's when I started paying attention. You know, it's a couple songs, but I ain't really just like, he's just not super dope to me. Like,
I can listen to it and understand why it appeals to the people that it appeals to, but to me, it's just a little too corny. It's a little too hip-hoppy, a little too, I don't know. It's like,
it's not it. It's just not it.
He seems like a real nice guy and everything, but musically, I don't know. A lot of the rappers I like really don't seem like nice guys. They seem like fucking assholes. Even the ones I know in real life, they're fucking jerks a lot of times. Logic seems like he's probably like a pretty good neighbor.
Yeah, like a like
good friend.
Like you would see him like buy some corn nuts or something at the local 7-Eleven. Like, hey, what are you doing, Lodge? Like,
No, just chilling, man.
yeah, get some corn nuts.
Who do you really like not like in terms of like the modern like rap scene? People that are popular, but you
Like,
just don't like it.
Not personally, but just music.
You just don't get the music.
Fucking what's her name? I just Jocelyn Hernandez. Fucking trash.
Who the fuck is that? I don't know.
Jocelyn Hernandez?
I don't think so.
Thick ass Love and Hip Hop, Jocelyn.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of out of that world. I never watched Love and Hip Hop. I think I watched one episode.
She's a horrible artist. Like, she's trash. You know who else trash? Fucking who else trash?
There's a lot of bad female artists. Let's be real. Got to support them.
You know what?
But
most of the female artists are bad. Like most of them, like nobody can really come with a hit unless it's a Kodak remix. Like who like.
But why is that? Why is there's so many girls trying to make it in the rap world, and there's a few, the ones I think are good. I still feel like I like Rico Nasty. You heard her?
Rico Nasty?
Yeah, she's hard.
I thought that was a dude.
No.
Oh no, that's Rico Love. Huh?
Right.
My bad.
That's a dude.
My bad.
Rico Nasty is one I fuck with. In terms of like ones that I would recommend you check out, I don't know.
She fuck with Cuban Doll now?
I just told you about this thing that's going on there with Cuban Doll. She's locking girls in cages.
She did herself?
No, allegedly she had some dudes do it.
That sounds incriminating.
Yeah, I mean, this is what everybody's saying on Twitter, but I haven't actually seen like any of the real news sources report on it yet, I don't think.
That sounds like some serious shit.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about that. Cuban Doll sexy as shit, though.
She is.
She's sexy, right? You seen her show the toes the other? Hey, she did that. I swear she did that for me. I said something on live. I said all these fine ass girls, they'll never show the toe. And finally, she started showing them. I know she listened to me, bro.
That's a good way to get followers if you're a girl.
What, show the toes?
Yeah, because everybody's always asking to see feet in their comments and shit.
I like toes. Like,
you do? Okay.
Like I like not. It's like not like a freaky toe fetish or anything, but like I like I don't know. Like I just want to see some.
You never suck a toe?
Like I might.
I suck my girl's toes once in a while.
Yeah, but that's kind of uncomfortable to talk about right now.
Why, you think that's gay?
Just a little weird. A bit awkward.
You can say pause or no homo and then it's all good.
Just a bit awkward.
So you think that, what else is too gay to talk about? I don't know, man. I'd be fucking venturing into that territory in my normal conversations all the time. I say some sus-ass shit.
Just like 6'9".
Anything about him?
Yeah, most shit about him. Most 6'9" shit. Lil Uzi.
Not into Uzi?
Not just playing. Not fuck Uzi. I fuck
good.
Uzi. Not just playing. Look, you can't lie. Like Lil Uzi is a little farious. Like I bag on Uzi all the time, but I like Uzi music. Though I ain't gonna lie.
Talking bad about Uzi is like talking bad about Beyonce.
I don't talk bad about Uzi. I just bag on him. I bag on everybody though.
But I'm saying like, all right, if you were talking to somebody and they told you they didn't like Beyonce, wouldn't you think that they were just like, kind of like fucking, just what's up with you?
I mean, like it just depends. Like I wouldn't say like, or were they talking about her like they didn't like her personally, or were they just
like, oh, Beyonce sucks, I can't stand her? If you heard somebody say that, you'd be like, what are you?
But that's their opinion, though. That's their opinion. Everybody has a talk to their opinion. But like, if that was like your best friend, like I mean, I would feel how you would feel different. But like, I didn't say like I don't feel nothing personal with it. Like I'm not saying that. Like,
but if somebody was like, I hate Lil Uzi's music, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Nah,
conversation over.
Yeah, no, he got some dope music to me. Like I like Push Me to the Edge, All My Friends Are Dead. I like that Greedo remix. That shit was hard as fuck. That was
the
hard.
long ass Never Been remix.
That shit was hard as fuck. What else? He got a few like he got some joints though.
I think like more often than not, I like Uzi shit.
No, he got some dope shit. I don't never say he ain't dope artist. I just say he be acting furious sometimes.
Okay, well, one time I went on a Tinder date with a girl back in the day a couple years ago, and she was just like, I said something about Drake, and she was like, fuck Drake. Like, he has no talent. I'm like, oh boy.
He fucking suck. Like, yeah, Drake is dope as shit, but he does some goofy shit sometimes.
Okay,
like,
fair enough. But I'm just like, if your opinion is that Drake has no talent, then I don't know what the fuck we're talking about for the rest of this thing. Because he's got more talent in his fucking pinky toe than you got in your whole body, you fucking cunt.
Nah, Drake is dope as shit.
He's like the most talented performer I've ever seen in my life. If you have to see him live and then you sort of understand it and stuff. I get it a lot more now.
You know the internet rules, so I just found the lay in the bag on every. It's always gonna be some funny shit to like. You feel me? It's just like I could take any situation and turn it into a joke. Like, and it's just like the internet does that for me, and the internet it helps to do that.
Okay, what are you clowning Drake for though? What has he done that you think he deserves to be roasted for?
Nothing. It just be like, it just be like, I roast everybody for any little thing like that I see. Like Drake's tattoos, for one. I feel like Drake got lesbian tattoo. He got lesbian.
I haven't even like paid attention to his tattoos.
It just be like, it be little shit. They be like, I fuck with Drake though. I'm a Drake fan though. But see, like that's the thing. Like people always take a joke for, oh, you're hating. I'm not hating. It's just a fucking joke. Like, bro, I bag on my bros. Like, I bag on my sister. I bag on it's like people can't take a joke no more. Like, fuck, like, why I gotta be hating because I got a joke or because I got an opinion? Or if I say, like, that song is trash. Like, I've been a Drake fan since fucking Ransom. Like, I've been fucking, but if I say that album was trash, like, that don't mean, like, I don't fuck with Drake or, like, you feel me? Why I gotta be against Drake? If I feel like it's trash, it's trash. But I'm a Drake fan. I done fucked with every Drake album since the fucking first one. But I feel like one, as a fan, if I feel like one isn't that dope, I'm entitled to that opinion.
But what's gonna happen to you is that you're gonna keep getting more and more popular, more and more well known, and then you get closer and closer to Drake's level, and then all of a sudden, if you diss him, it's more like you're a regular person to him, or like a person that matters enough to him. So you might start. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna start thinking like, shit, should I say this about him because I might be able to get an interview with him, or I might blah blah blah.
See, but the thing is, everybody gotta take everything as a diss. It's not really a diss. Like, why you can't? Like, they have celebrity roast. Like, Drake gets roasted all the time. Like, it just depends on the person that roasted. If Kevin Hart roasts Drake, it's not gonna be a problem. But just because Boskoe a real hood nigga, excuse me. Because Boskoe a real hood nigga, I can't be funny though. Like, why I can't be funny? Because I'm a real hood nigga. If Kevin Hart roast Drake, it's gonna be funny. Everybody gonna laugh. But if I roast Drake for some shit and it's funny, it's oh, you're hating on Drake. Why is it? Because I'm not rich, so I'm not funny. I can't be. I gotta be hating because I ain't rich.
And that's the problem though, is that you want to be able to joke around and like have them be able to understand the joke, but then the fans are always gonna grab onto everything and just immediately turn it into a diss or whatever.
But people got to understand my platform though. Like, I roast everybody for everything. Like if you look on my fucking platform, my whole platform is laughs, and it's nothing but people laughing and a lot of enjoyment. Like, I spread a lot of peace and positivity, and like, you feel me? I make people laugh. It's people that are having a fucked up day on the verge of suicide and come on my page and feel like, you know how many DMs I get all the time, and people that tell me I saved their life, or like, bro, I was down, like, bro, I went through some shit you don't even know I went through. I came on your page, bro. I feel like you don't even know how many DMs and texts I get like that, bro.
That's a good feeling.
Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. So it's like, it's not about, like, I'm sorry we got to laugh at y'all expense, but, like, bro, like, people gonna talk anyway. Like, I don't just pick shit out to hate on. Like, you know what I mean? The shit that I talk about they already talking about it anyway, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get my jokes in too. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? I'm a comedian in my own right, bro. Like, honestly. So you can't really take what I do to heart. Like, it's like, if that's the case, I done roasted the whole rap game. Like, everybody, like, who haven't I roasted? It's like nobody I haven't roasted.
I think it's important you got to roast your friends too.
I have.
You have to.
I have.
Otherwise, it looks unfair.
I roasted YG. I roasted everybody in the game. I roasted like you feel me? It's like a game. Like, the game. Everybody, Boskoe100. I roasted everybody in the game. Like,
that's the other thing is if you only diss pussies, then you're going to look like a pussy.
You look like a pussy. Like, I roasted everybody in the game. Like, niggas that'll come kill me. Like, you feel me? Like, these niggas will come kill me. But it's like, come kill me for what, bro? Like,
but have you had dudes like that get super heated, Game or fucking YG or some shit?
I mean, YG got heated.
What'd you say about him?
YG? I just be bagging on his little outfits and shit, like just little regular shit, like just regular shit. Like it ain't like I ain't like I'm disrespecting him, like, oh, you buster, like I don't do shit like that. I just be like, oh, this nigga got the pedal pushers with the slides on, like just little you feel me, like homies do. Like you never ragged on your homie or got ragged on by the homie.
Of course.
Like, you feel me? So it's just regular shit, bro. Like that's it, bro.
That's the problem with my relationship too, is because I'm like such an aggressive person. I'm always talking shit. I'm always making fun of people, and then my girl is like super sensitive. So it's like it's so easy for me to overstep that boundary and just like actually offend her.
Yeah, like, but I know how to do this shit. Like, I know how to, I've been roasting since I was a kid. Like that's all it is. Like, nobody was doing this shit. Like, I'm like an old school lunch table roaster. Like, you feel me? Like, we just have fun and make people laugh every day, man. And people enjoy it. It's entertaining. And like, at the same time, like I drop a lot of real jewels and I say some real shit too. And I keep it real, like, and I brought it to, I'm a real nigga, like, you feel me? So people respect my opinions at the same time, like, and that's it, bro. Like, I'm just here to entertain and have fun, man. Spread a little peace and positivity.
So let's talk about, I know you hate talking about this, but that time that you got your fucking house shot up while you were on Instagram Live. One of the craziest things I've ever seen on the internet. Because they knew exactly where you were and they knew you were on live.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No, they didn't.
Why not? How long were you on live when that happened? I feel like they saw it and were like, fuck it, we're going to shoot him while he's on live.
I just walked in the house. Like, I had just came home. I was drunk as shit. Like, I barely was in the house like 5 minutes. Like, I really literally walked right in the house, came right in and jumped on live. Like I barely just walked in the house, so it wasn't that. And the crazy part, it wasn't even my house that was being shot up. Like,
whose house was it?
It was just outside. It wasn't even my house. Like, it was just shooting outside. Like,
oh, it was unrelated to you.
yeah, it wasn't even like, it was just gunshots rang out outside. Like, but of course, by the time the internet get it, oh, his house got shot up. My house didn't get shot up. Just shots went off outside while I was on live.
See, that's the rumor right there, because I'm thinking that I had a way that I thought it played out exactly in my head. And I was
exactly.
like,
that's what everybody did. So everybody took it and ran with it. Oh, Boskoe house got shot up. Oh, your house got shot up. My house didn't get shot up. Gunshots rang out outside of my home while I was on live.
Because I felt like the other most viral thing of you I remember from back in the day is that one clip of you getting arrested. And then I saw you talk about to Vlad and explain that like everybody thought you were getting arrested for what happened to Rosemo, but was it different than that?
It was for that, but the police wasn't coming to get, like, it's crazy. It's like, it's just a long story, but I was getting arrested for that, but not because they were looking for me for that. You know what I mean? More like somebody sent them and told them they should come get me for that.
But you never actually got charged with anything in the whole thing?
No, like that's what I'm saying. That was just like some snitch shit that happened. Like some snitch told them like, man, that's the dude from that shit. Like you should go get him. He's right here. Go get him. And they just came and got me without like, but they weren't even like looking for me. They came and got me because the snitch told them to come get me.
The other day we were all posted up in here and we watched all those old videos of all that shit, relive the whole thing, which I will not rehash for the people at home. If you know, you know. If you can figure out how to fucking look everything up on Google.
I love it. I love watching it. I watch it all the time.
Bro, that was a crazy ass era because that was the first time we ever saw a real beef between like street dudes that actually ended in a murder and it unfolded all online.
That shit was crazy.
That was a wild time. What are you doing? Oh, digging in a sack. Brother, put another chain on? You got a lot of shit in your pockets.
Yeah, I do. My bad.
No, it's all right. It was just fascinating. It sounds like there's like a big bag of coins in there. So yeah, that was that the first time that you really like did anything that like got you famous outside your neighborhood? That whole situation?
I mean, my first video, I got famous. From the first time I dropped a video.
So you were dropping videos before that, though?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Like, that's why they did that. Like, they was kind of like, that whole situation happened kind of like, it was kind of like a jealousy thing.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the internet age had just started. Like, the whole, like, YouTube thing and then Instagram. I mean, World Star and all that shit was just, like, kind of getting bracket. And, you know, everybody was just trying to find, you know, clout chasing the epidemic. Like, everybody was trying to find their way onto that shit. And like I had started, you know, they was doing their thing or whatever, and from the time I dropped my first video, I was getting a little attention too, cause I had this 40 Glock. So you know, 40 Glock was a nigga at the time. He was bragging, so that shit got attention, and it kind of became like a power struggle between me and them dudes. Like, you know, not a power struggle. It was just like when they would like cause we all homies, we all from the same area and shit. Like, you know,
Yeah, I was gonna say, so that fractured the area. It didn't matter that you were all kind of from the same hood.
yeah, it was just kind of like, you know, just kind of like, I don't know, like when they was doing their thing, I supported everything they did. I was coming to video shoots. Like they said they were having a video shoot, a show. I was coming, like, you know, like anything. But it was like once I started doing my thing, I got to, hey man, come to this video shoot, or once you get on this song, it just was like it wasn't the same love and shit. So it just built the tension and shit. It just got weird and shit. And then with the internet shit, that shit had happened to Game or whatever. The shit happened with Game, and he got a taste of fame and shit. Like the news clippings say, they got a taste of fame. And after that, like, you know, it just took it to their head. So once we got into it, they already knew what to do. They kind of like figured out the scenario, like, oh, we did this with Game, we could do this with him, and now we're gonna be real big. And that's kind of like how the situation came about, like, basically.
Wild time.
Yeah.
Crazy
like,
shit.
A lot of people wouldn't have came through that shit like that. Like, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to, like, you feel me, go through that and really come out resilient like that. Like, you feel me? Like, it took a real nigga to come through that.
That's crazy. What was that? 7 years ago?
7.
It feels like a long ass time ago.
People still bring it up like it happened last week. Like, people, like, that's all they could bring up, bro. Like, they just, like, it just happened last week. Like,
Right.
oh, you got your ass whooped.
People in your neighborhood though, but like people who know you from like being on Vlad and shit, they don't know about it, right? It's like ancient history to them. I feel like.
I don't think they care about
Yeah,
it. Like,
that's too
Like,
old.
why do they care? Like that's what I'm saying. Like nobody cares about it. Like people, like that's what I'm saying. Like I get tired of people. Like people, for some reason, it's like once you start getting some attention, it's like people choose to focus on the person you used to be instead of the person that you're trying to become. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'm living a whole different life right now. And I'm like at a whole different point in my life. Like, but you steady choose to keep reaching back to a negative point, or like for what? Like that's old and over with. Like I'm here doing this now. Why keep bringing that up?
Were
like,
you still really like in the streets banging at that time?
at that time?
Yeah.
Like, no, I wasn't even like, you know, I was around, like, but I wasn't even banging. Like, I was in the studio rapping and making, like, you feel me? I wasn't in the streets banging. Like what I said, like, I'm from where I'm from. Like, so in other people's eyes, I'm always going to be who I am. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, honestly, like, I'm focused on my career and trying to better myself and trying to, you know, trying to do more. Like, and at that time, I wasn't tripping. I was really into my rap shit. Like I was in the studio 24/7 at that time. So like that situation right there just happened. Like, and it kind of like brought me off of my square and out of my character. But like I really wasn't tripping like that.
So what's the state of your rap career? When do you start to feel disillusioned by that?
After that shit.
Really, it was around then.
After that whole shit. Like after that whole situation, it just like. It was that, like, it was just a lot of shit happening at once in my life. Like that situation, like, really fucked my life up. Like, because it was a lot of, like, it was a lot of negativity that came surrounding that. And, like, it just brought a lot of negative shit after that. Like, you know what I mean? It was just, like, it was just a lot. It was a lot.
Well, 40 Glock, Vlad reached out and told me 40 Glock wanted to do an interview. I just remember when you said his name. What's your opinion on him at this point?
I mean, he cool now. Like, you know, that's, you know what? Honestly, like, I never got into it with 40 Glock. Like, we never really had an issue. Like, honestly, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I was on some Starboy shit. Like, I just didn't like how he was getting that game and how he was getting that Lil Wayne and shit. Like, he was trying to, I just felt like he was trying to, like, do too much to, like, he was only, like, he had this mission about pressing the Bloods for some reason. And, like, I just kind of felt like, you know, like, nigga, what's your problem with the Bloods like that? Like, at the time, you know. So I kind of, like, stepped out there and threw my neck out there, like, you know what I mean? But it wasn't, like, it wasn't ever nothing personal with me.
So you had so much blood pride that you were standing up for Lil Wayne?
And Game, really Game, like.
But do you even know Game like that, or do you know Wayne?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I met them both before.
Okay.
Yeah, I met them both.
But like that, like
Yeah, not like that, but just I'm a gangman. You know, it just being the blood. Like it's just like I felt like he was just doing a lot to like you know he was making. I felt like he was politicking. Like honestly, like you know I felt like he was politicking. Like it's like what's your problem with the Bloods? Like honestly, he wasn't doing like it was Crips that was doing things that needed to get addressed or like you know like. But he wasn't like addressing them issues. Like it was just like he was focusing on all that game of fake blood. He used to be a stripper. Oh, this Lil Wayne of fake blood. Like oh yeah, Lil. Like what was your issue with her? Like you know what I mean? It was just kind of like, it was just like, all right, well I'm a real blood. What's the problem? Like
it feels like that. You don't see a lot of people like all the gang shit is so split all over the place that you don't see a lot of like people like standing up for people like that in that sense.
Exactly. Like that's why it's so fucked up in the way it is. Like that's what I'm saying. This shit ain't how it used to be. Like you know what I mean? Like in jail, like you know, I'm a jail nigga. Like I'm a person that spent a lot of jail. I spent a lot of time in jail, and like you know what I mean. Like I'm like structured under them politics still. Like I'll still like go by a lot. Like I'm trained a certain way. So it's like, you know, if we was in jail and somebody had an issue, it's like it's not no oh that's him. It's like everybody, like everything is a group issue. Like everything is a fucking meeting. Everything getting brought to the table. Like you know what I mean. So it's kind of like I'm still kind of structured that way. Like when it comes to shit. Like,
So how many different bids you do?
as far as what prison.
Yeah. Like how much time in total and how many different times?
Like I've been going to jail since juvenile hall.
Right.
Like so, the first time I went, man, I was in and out of juvenile hall for years. I think I went to camp. I went to like boot camp 3 different times, and then like just as far like juvenile hall, I went like 5 different times, 4 or 5 different times, and then fucking like it got to the county jail like once I turned 18. Like I probably been in county jail like. I say all together, I'm 36. I say all together, all my jail time, I might got like 12 years.
Holy fuck, that is a long time.
Invested in the jail system like, altogether.
So you think that's obviously like really fundamentally shaped who you are?
I mean, you know, everything I've been through made me who I am today. Like, I don't have no regrets. Like, you know, like I learned a lot along the way because, like, if I didn't go through that, I don't think I'd be as humble as I am today. So, you know, I welcome the knowledge that I gained from the situations. Like, you know what I mean? It's nothing that I choose to glorify, but I mean, I'm glad that I made it through what I made it through because that's kind of what got me in the position I am right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Without that, I doubt I would be here.
That's crazy. Yeah. Ah, man. How do you feel about Lil Xan getting the same face tattoo as you?
He kind of weird to me, bro. Like, is he gay?
No.
He ain't gay?
He fucks every girl.
Yeah, he just kind of weird to me. Like, yeah, I thought he was gay at first. I thought he was kind of gay at first. But then I seen that he just broke up with his girl and shit, and I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Shout out Noah Cyrus, yeah.
yeah, so I was like, okay, he's not gay. Like, I don't know, he's just kind of weird to me.
That was a weird one because one day we're supposed to do a photo shoot with him. He shows up with her, and like we figure out that she's Miley Cyrus's little sister right away. We're like, what the fuck? That's crazy. And then, you know, we did this whole photo shoot. They seem like they're fucking in love, and then they're like dating for the next few weeks or whatever, and then they break up. And then Xan said it was all set up by Columbia Records. Like they arranged for it to basically happen. But then, you
That's
know,
corny as fuck.
but they're fucking kids. They wanted to fuck each other and everything. So, you know, obviously they're fucking having sex, and they basically were dating. But then
It really was nothing, though, right?
he was just still fucking every other girl, and then like, you know, she figured out shit was going on. All of a sudden they break up, but it's just crazy that like I don't know that like he didn't mention it to me at first that it was that the label kind of put it together and everything because, you know, but then that makes me question it, man, because like I always wondered about 21 and Amber Rose. That seemed a little too perfect.
That shit was corny as shit.
You think that was fake?
That shit was fake or something. Like that shit was corny as shit.
What about Iggy Azalea and Cardi the other day? I felt like, damn, like, but
What
then
happened with them? What happened?
I don't know. They were just kicking it on camera and shit, and like going around on Rodeo and all this shit. But like, it's weird because I could totally imagine them wanting to fuck, but then also like you
Cardi
could totally,
and Iggy?
yeah, Playboy Cardi And Iggy Azalea.
Oh, Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, not Cardi B. But like, you know, I could obviously imagine him wanting to fuck her and her wanting to fuck him, and I could also imagine that the label might be like, "Yo, Cardi, like we want to give you 100 racks to fake date Iggy."
I'd definitely take 100 racks to fake date Iggy.
Yeah, I'll probably pay 100 racks to get in them cheeks.
Nah, never.
No, no, that's way too much. What about $100?
Pay to hit Iggy?
You ever pay for pussy?
I got 100 for Iggy.
Yeah, duh.
I got 100 for Iggy.
I got 10 racks just to be able to say I did it, just to make a video and say I paid 10 grand to fuck Iggy Azalea. Imagine we found her on Backpage. That'd be crazy.
I got 100 for Iggy. I got 100 for Iggy.
This is fucked up. They're gonna get on us like, oh, you're objectifying.
Rewind. You said, have I ever paid for pussy?
Yeah.
Of course.
Have you?
Of course.
But like actually?
Of course.
Like a prostitute.
I mean, you know, a bitch that's, yeah.
I never did it.
That's a public servant.
Yeah. No, I respect the art form. I really like. I'm actually kind of interested in it now. I'd like to get a hooker with my girl.
That shit is dope. Like, that's a public servant. Like, they're offering a public service. I'm the public.
Where'd you do it?
Fig, of course.
The Fig? What the fuck is that?
Fig. You don't know what Fig is?
Figueroa, yeah.
Figueroa, that's Fig.
Oh, you just got one off the street though?
I mean, I knew her though, but you know.
Oh, I knew.
I knew her. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like just like, it's not like I was just like on some Johnson searching for pussy, but like, you know, riding around and just seeing a bad bitch that I knew and just being wanting to fuck anyway and just seeing her like, oh shit, like, bitch, what you doing out here?
You smash her in the car?
Yeah, definitely.
How much you pay her?
You got to 100. I gave her 100. Just because I can.
If I saw a girl that I knew selling pussy on the side of the street, I would just be like, man, what the fuck? I would not even know what the fuck to say.
Wow, it's like somebody selling fruit on the side of the street, man.
I'd be worried about it though. I'm like, what, you strung out or something? And you feel like you have to do this to make ends meet?
You'll pull up and buy some mangoes on the side of the street. You can't put them
Yeah, man. No, I like that. I like that logic. That makes sense to me.
You feel me?
Yeah. No, the only time I ever paid for any kind of sexual act, I was in China, and there was like the homie took us to some like little like parlor type shit, and like I think it was like $60, $70, and I had two of them sucking me off, but it was with a condom on, bro.
So you pay for pussy though? It don't matter.
No, there's no pussy involved. It was just head.
But that's paying for pussy, like, you know.
I'm paying for mouth.
You pay for service.
Service, okay. But it was so cheap that it felt like a fucking joke.
$100 ain't nothing.
That's kind of how I feel now too. I got a lot of money.
I pay less than that. I pay less than that. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and lie like that was the only time or something.
Oh, right.
We chose to highlight that one.
That was funny because you knew her. I'm interested in it now because, like, you know, I didn't do it, but I was thinking about it last time I was in Vegas. You know how there's hot ass chicks walking around in Vegas selling pussy at the end of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning?
The girls.
Yeah, you know, I didn't do it, but I was just thinking about it. And I'm like, damn, they probably only want like $500. I got $500.
Yeah, they too much. Though. I ain't fucking around in Vegas though.
Why? You think they're gonna rob
They
you or
just
something?
want too much. Like one time, like I tried in Vegas. One time, right? I tried, and the bitch come to the room. She come to the room or whatever. She like $200, and whoa, we're gonna get on naked and have some fun. Whoa. So I was like, 200? I'm like, all right, that's bull. So she come in. She like, okay, give me the money. And so like, I give her the 200, and she like, okay. So she take off her shirt. I'm like, you already know I'm trying to get right to it because I'm trying to get back downstairs. She's like, no, I just said I was going to get naked and we're going to have some fun. Like, it's going to be more money. It's like she wanted more. Bitch, I kicked that bitch out. Like, bitch. Like, I'm just saying, like, you feel me? I got played that time. Like, cool little white girl, nice ride. She was cool.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks. You can't trust, like, the verbal transaction. Yeah. They're always just going to be trying for more.
That's why you don't try to get pussy in Vegas. Like, who buys pussy?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't try. Yeah. I don't know though. I feel like it feels like just like a tip is good. Like, okay, if you're a guy and you got like, you know, however much money in the bank, if you got $1 million in the bank and you fuck a girl and you know she's broke, aren't you supposed to give her like a couple $100?
So that's paying for pussy still. So what's the problem with just pulling up and just going to buy what you want? If I'm riding down the street and I see a bad bitch right here and this bitch bad, like, what's the matter with just going up and just fucking like, come here. Or even on Instagram, like these bitches with these premiums and shit. Like, you seen these bitches with these premiums?
My girl got a premium.
Like, see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not? Like, shit. That's what you got.
You buy premiums?
I mean, I have. I have.
I've never done it.
I don't make a habit of it, but like if it's one that I really want to see, like oh shit, like, let me see this. Like it's nothing. Like
I want to buy one. I never did it.
I have.
I should probably buy my girls.
It's just if you really want to see, if something you really want to see, like I've been wanting to see that pussy, like damn, this bitch got a period. Let me see that pussy.
Right. I mean, I think that's really like if you're a swinging guy like us, you go to the strip club, you get a hooker.
Like, what's the difference?
You buy a private snap. It's all just like flirting with money. Like the reason why the strip club is cool is because that's how you're gonna meet all the most lit chicks in town.
And it's just, like they're providing a service, bro. Like, and you're a public servant, and I'm the public. Like,
You're a junkie.
No, I'm not a junkie.
A fiend.
I'm not a fiend. I'm not a fiend. I'm just like me. I live life. Like I just want to experience life, and I want to do shit. And I'm not gonna live my life like you feel me. Like that's what you got money for, to buy what you want. Honestly, like you got money to pay for what you want. Like so if the pussy got a price tag on it, I'm gonna buy that too. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a swinging guy, you're going to get into selling drugs or maybe rapping if you're lucky, or, maybe like doing Instagram skits these days. There's all kinds of new jugs. But, that's like what you're going to get into. If you're a cool girl, you're probably going to have a private snap. You don't want to have a boss and shit. You ain't going to go work at Staples. You're going to have a private snap, or you're going to go strip.
You feel me?
Or you're going to have sugar daddies, whatever. It's like, I don't like it that's the reality of the world that we live in. I do like to think that, all these girls could just be nice, sweet little like nurses or some shit. But in reality, it's like they want to buy tits. Tits cost $10,000. You ain't going to make $10,000 being a nurse.
You're going to go sell some pussy.
You got to sell some pussy. But hey, what we're saying is like, that's the right message for like the liberals and stuff. They'd be happy about that, because reality, we're saying like, go out there, use your body as you want. That's the right message,
it's
right?
It's your choice. It's like I'm not gonna tell you to go do it, but I mean it's your body. Like it's like me. If I choose to sell some peanuts, like if it's some cougar that want to give me $1,000 to come fuck her in Vegas, like that's my prerogative.
Does that ever happen?
I swear to God, I've been praying for it to happen. Like I've been praying, like it's happened, But I'm saying like I've been praying for it to happen. Though, like
yeah.
Like that right one though, like you know what I mean.
I think I would have to set my price higher though. I need like 10 racks if I want
That's
like
what
an
I'm
old
saying,
lady
like,
wants to
now,
fuck
like,
me.
Now I need a little more change, like, but I'll be down.
That'd be fun to be a trick for the weekend and just I get my 10 racks. I go to Vegas. I'm just kicking it with like some 60-year-old lady. She just bringing me around, showing me off.
Cougar, and you just like I'm just fucking bamming her all night. Like,
I'm snorting Viagra. I was trying to get my dick hard so I can do something.
I hit the powder.
The powder. That's the opposite.
I hit the powder.
The powder. You never did coke though, huh?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
How is it?
It just ain't like it's not my drug of choice. Like, I said it's not my drug of choice. I'm not gonna seriously act like I've never done. Like I've done it, but it's just not my drug of choice. I'm more of a mellow dude.
You thought I was on coke last time you came here?
I was joking. I say everybody that's that powder. I was like this nigga high or something. Like I say everybody, everything is that powder.
Yeah, but somebody made a YouTube video titled like talks about Adam 22 being on cocaine. I think you made it.
I did. Yeah. No, I said no. I didn't even say that. I said Adam 22. I said Adam 22 interview didn't go so well.
Okay,
or something.
That's a little misunderstanding. No,
yeah, I didn't say nothing about cocaine.
What was your biggest like drug addiction?
Weed.
Weed. That don't count.
I'm still a weed head.
Yeah, me too. But that's okay. Those don't count.
Like I never had no big drug. Like I've never been addicted to nothing. Like it's nothing like that's the only thing I can't really shake. It's hard for me to shake. It's hard for me to stop smoking. Like anything else, I could just stop doing because like it's not a problem.
You were never off the Xans?
Hell no.
No. Lean?
I mean, I was never off it. I took it. I mean, I drank it, but I never sipped it like that.
I like lean, but I definitely could not like imagine getting so into it that it becomes like a big thing all the time.
Yeah, I can't like me like right now. Like put it this way, I haven't sipped no lean, and it might have been like 3 years since I sipped some lean, like some shit like that. I never was really into it. Like that's what I'm saying. That never was my drug of choice. Like I always was really a weed head, and I like drinking. Like on an everyday basis, I drink and smoke. Like you know what I mean.
Drink Henny?
Yeah, Henny or like VSOP.
I think you had Henny with you when you were here the other day.
I like OE too.
So what's up with that lawyer girl that you were with last time?
She's hot.
You like her? Is that your girl?
No, that's my friend.
Okay.
That's my friend.
It's just funny to me. I'm trying to figure out what her deal is because last time I seen her, she was defending fucking Antoine Dixon. Then I see her and she with you. I'm like, man, she just stayed with like the grimiest dudes in LA.
She's a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's what she does. She's an attorney.
But do you think she goes out and seeks out the dudes with hella face tats? And shout out to Antoine because he cleaned up his act. He's off drugs and everything.
I think she just like, I think she just knows her. She knows her career, and she knows. I think she just know how to do it. She know how to do what she's trying to do.
She seems cool.
She dope. She real dope.
She was over here trying to get Antoine off for fucking being all fucked up and pulling a knife out on the bouncer guy at the bar.
She a good lawyer. She real good lawyer. She got me off of my shit. Like,
For real?
I mean, she got me in a good position. Like I told you, I had 4 gun cases.
So how many more years of probation you got before you're like free and clear?
I think I got like, I should be out this year.
Really?
Yeah, this year. I'll be out.
That's crazy.
I'm like months away.
You excited?
I'm ecstatic.
You don't get piss tested?
Nah, hell no.
Okay.
It's California.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they still did it.
I mean, probably, but I never really got tested. Like, I think I got tested like years ago on probation, but like since I've been an adult, I never really got tested.
That's good. What were you ever off the Molly?
Hell yeah! Oh my fucking
That was
God,
it?
bro. Molly, bro, I will never ever take that shit again, bro. I swear to God, like that shit, like I was so high, like I just wanted to go jogging, it was like I didn't want to do shit. But I had to do something. Like, it was just like, I really didn't want to do shit, but I had to do something. It was just like, I don't know. It was like, I was up, I was down. I was just like,
But you taking it mad times or just a few times?
No, just like one. No, matter of fact, like twice. Twice I took a Molly.
Yeah, I can't handle all that energy,
It's
man.
too much.
It's way too much.
Like, I was just up, down. It was just like, I don't know. I felt like a fucking weirdo, bro. Like, I felt like who acts like that? Like, I felt like fucking Britney Spears or something.
I've always thought it would be interesting to do like a Xanax podcast, a Molly podcast, a lean podcast, and just have like people do a bunch of drugs and then just do the podcast so that the viewers could see what the difference is. But I don't know.
Dope.
That'd be fun, right?
Let's try that shit.
What you want to do, Molly?
Fuck no, that's
Because think about what we're gonna be like. We're gonna be like,
I'm gonna be fucked up and weird. Like, yeah, that's gonna be weird, bro.
yo, Boskoe, I'm just gonna be like, I can't stop talking.
We could pop an X.
Man, I don't know. Like Shoreline kids and everything. I see them
is that
taking.
legal? Like, could we do that?
Yeah, I mean, what are they gonna do? As soon as it's in our body, we're good.
That's good. That'd be dope.
What about like the Xanax one or the lean one though? Just get fried as fuck.
I don't fuck with Xanny, bro. I don't like that forgetful shit. I don't like that blackout shit. Like
I haven't done one in like a year.
I
had to fall back.
I only done it one time, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I did that shit one time, and I had a lot of them for some reason. I had hit a lick. And I had like hundreds of them motherfuckers. And I just took one, like, just to see, like, and I think I lost a bag of pills. Like, I still can't find it to this day.
You hit a lick. So what, were you robbing people for a while? This was your thing?
I wouldn't say a robbery. It was just like more finesse type of thing. I'm more finessed. I wouldn't say I robbed. Rob sounds so harsh and just like gangster, like, I'm more finessed it.
Finessed 100 Xans.
It was more than 100, but I lost 100.
One time I went over to this kid's house and he had like just bags of like, I don't know, it might have been like 10,000 Xans.
That was a lick.
Piled the fuck up. Yeah, man. He's lucky I'm not the type to do that.
That's a lick. That's what you call a lick.
Yeah.
That's a lick. Still got that?
Nah. I don't know. I forgot who he is.
That's a lick.
So, were you ever selling a lot of drugs at any point, though?
Have I ever seen a lot of drugs?
No, were you selling a lot at some point in your life?
I mean, I have. I sold a little bit, like, but that wasn't ever my thing coming up. Like, I ain't gonna make myself seem like no El Chapo or nothing, or the biggest drug dealer in the blood for the Simpsons or nothing. But, like, you know what I mean? But, like, nah, I never, like, drug dealing wasn't my thing. Like, I sold a couple bags or something here and there, but honestly, like, I always was just like I don't know, like, I was like more of a finesser. Like, I was always like, I just finesse. Like, honestly, I could really say I finesse my way through life. Like, I've never really held a real job. I've never been a dope dealer, really. You can call me a dope dealer. You can't really call me I don't know, I finesse my way through life. Honestly, like, I kind of like just like always been a good spirited person and just always finding myself in good situations. Honestly, I found myself in a lot of bad situations, but I kind of like I just always like seem to be blessed with the things that I need when I need them. So it's kind of like
Sounds nice.
it's crazy. Like honestly, like seriously, like 'cause I've never had a real career. I've never had unemployment, and like I've honestly been on GR since I was like 18 years old. Like,
What's that?
General relief.
Oh, so you just get money from the state or whatever?
Yeah, like I've honestly been on GR since I'm still on GR to this day.
How much you get?
$221 a month.
$221 a month. That ain't much. It's like less than $10 a day to eat off.
Yeah,
You got EBT card and shit?
still to this day.
You use it at KFC and fucking 7-Eleven and
I don't
shit?
fucking eat KFC, but like 7-Eleven and shit, like wherever they take it.
Yeah, my homie, I never would have thought that you'd be able to use the EBT card at fucking KFC and shit.
Like
but
to me, honestly, like you don't call like if you call yourself a real street nigga and a hustler, how you ain't got no EBT card? That's an expansion of the hustle. Like you feel me? Like that's part of it. Like you a real LA nigga, street nigga, and you a hustler. Like how you ain't got no EBT card? Everybody got a fucking EBT card.
I regret that. I was never on public service. I never got any money from the state or anything. I really should have done that when I was younger.
It's like that's like your 4 acres and a mule. Like they say they owe you 4 acres and a mule. That's like we don't want no fucking mule because then I gotta feed the mule and I gotta fucking cut the grass on the acres. Like so, like fuck you, give me this fucking.
Do you feel like you are owed land by the government though?
Hell
That'd
yeah.
be nice, right?
Hell yeah, we like y'all brought us to this country and just like y'all brought us here and just like left us here with nothing. Like we owed something. Like something is ours. Like hell yeah. And I really want my piece of land. Like honestly, like at this point in my life, I'll take a piece of land. Like
Yeah, that'd be nice.
that would be dope.
You ever think about how weird it is that like who has shit in society is all based upon like their parents and the lineage that they come from? I was like just recently kind of reading about like the other ways that it could be that like, you know, if you accumulate land during your life, imagine if it was just given back to the community to be redistributed when you died and it didn't necessarily just get passed on to your kids or whatever.
Honestly, it just that's our problem. Like we never build no generational wealth. I think it seemed like a lot with you guys. You guys like seem to inherit a lot of like.
You guys.
Like I don't like I hate to like racialize everything, but like it seemed like you know most whites like they just live a different life and they got a different upbringing and like you guys get to experience a lot of shit that we don't even get to dream to. And it's just like I've never like nobody in my family has been left nothing. Like I have never received nothing. Like you feel me? I doubt I even got anything to get. Like you know what I mean? Like we don't have any generational wealth in my family, so it's like nothing to be passed down. Like. I've never been left a house, and I don't even have a house. Like I don't even think my mother owns a house. Like I don't have a house to get. So that wasn't something that was truly big. Like with us coming up, like you know, it wasn't something that I saw a lot of. But like I'm trying to be the first one to change it. Like you know what, Big Sean got a little bar in what was that on YG song that. I broke the first. What did he say?
I forget.
I'm the first generational millionaire.
Oh yeah, I'm a first generation millionaire, something like that.
I broke the curse in my family not having shit. Like I think that's
good.
Like that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to be the first nigga with something in my family.
That's what my dad told me when I was a kid. Is like, you know, everybody like the right way for you to think about your life is that you're just trying to do better than me.
Yeah,
you're just
like,
trying to do anything. Because like when I think about my parents, they work like the most ordinary jobs, so that I could have a somewhat comfortable upbringing. But then I just ended up being a fucking psycho who wanted to like ride around, just like travel around riding BMX and like sell drugs and do all the stupid shit that I did.
Where you grew up at?
Like right outside Boston. Yeah. But I come from like the nicest parents, but then I just was like not having it. I was always just fucked up from like super young age.
Y'all always be crazy like that though. Y'all come from the best homes and just like be just the craziest motherfuckers.
All these school shooters come from nice families.
Yeah, like we don't have like we the ones that come from the no dad, only the mom. And like you guys got the mom, the dad in the home, like cool little life, and you gotta be the school shooters.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's a different type of pressure. Yeah. I seen you just standing in that alley on street gangs.
Yeah,
talking about that alley.
That shit was dope though.
That was cool.
That shit was dope. Like I love that alley. Like I ain't gonna lie, I fucking love that alley.
But there's nothing in the alley when you were there. It looked like it was totally dead. Like, was that alley like popping with people hanging out back there and shit?
Hell yeah, like back in the day, like that shit.
That fucking fly's trying.
Yeah,
how do we kill the
annoying,
fly?
like, yeah, like
Josh, get the fly. All right,
but yeah, that alley used to be the shit. Like that used to be like niggas used to come through that alley and shoot and shit, or it just used to be a lot going on. It used to be big dice games in that alley and just all kind of shit.
But nobody's on the block anymore, huh? Everybody's just in the house watching TV.
You know, shit changed. Like you don't even see kids riding bikes no more. Like
right, that's what I'm saying.
Kids like weird like nowadays. Like they don't even ride bike. Like I love bikes coming up, like BMX and all that. Like I love that shit coming up. Like now you don't see them. Like they just want to fucking play Fortnite and fucking I don't know, play Fortnite and watch fucking Twitch.
Yeah, everybody stays inside. Even on Halloween, there ain't nobody going out.
Yeah, don't nobody go trick or treating no more and shit. Like,
it's so easy to stay. Oh God, I want to kill that thing. It's so easy to just stay in the crib that everybody just does it. It's weird. Like when I think about it, my childhood, I was riding around on my bike. I was getting lost in the woods, fucking going down by like some random creek, looking around and shit. Like, but when I think about it, would I be too nervous to like let my kids do that? I don't know. Maybe.
You know what's crazy? Like you don't gotta leave your house for shit no more. Mm-hmm. Like you don't have to like everything could get delivered. Like you don't gotta go grocery shopping no more. You don't gotta go fucking. You don't even have to go leave your house to buy a car. Like you could buy a fucking car from home. Like you could sit at home and buy a car and get it delivered to your fucking house. Like the world is just fucking crazy now. I think people lost touch with like reality. Like it's just an internet age. Like you know what I mean?
Are you the same way? You stay in the crib, or are you like the last dude left sitting on the stoop?
I'm the last dude left sitting on the stoop. Like, seriously, like, I'm the last dude left on the stoop. Like,
right.
For real.
What do you, in terms of like how you view gang membership at this point, though, do you still feel like that you love it from like a cultural perspective, even though you're not necessarily involved in it on more of a serious level now?
I mean, yeah, I still like, I still love what it was. Like, whatever it was what it was. Like, I don't think like what it was when I came along, it'll ever be that again. But like, what it was and my memories of it, like I still love it and I'm still in touch with it. But honestly, I'm just living a different life now. Like, I'm looking on the bigger and better things. Like, see, like most hood people, they only know the hood. Like that's all they know is the hood. And like honestly, like growing up back in the days, all we had was either sports or rap. Like that was it. It was either sports or rap. So it was like it was like sell dope, play sports or rap. Like that was it. Now we got the internet. So now we got like, this got this sudden rash of YouTubers and fucking bloggers and shit. So, now it's a new thing. So now it's like now we got something else to like focus our attention on and like kind of build a empire off of. And like, I kind of took advantage of the way Instagram and YouTube and just the internet in itself gave us the tools to be our own boss. Like, honestly.
It's crazy. Do you fuck with Twitter?
You know what? I don't be on there. Like I started with Twitter, honestly. Like that was like one of the first things I had. Like I had a Twitter, a Facebook, and the YouTube. And honestly, like I got it set up to where everything I post on Instagram automatically posts to my Twitter. But I don't really be on there like that.
Yeah. I feel like Twitter, I don't know. I feel like you would thrive on Twitter.
You think so?
Controversial opinions on Twitter just go viral as fuck.
I don't never go down my timeline. Like I don't even look. I just got it set up to where everything I post on Instagram automatically go to Twitter, and I don't even like pay attention to Twitter.
I hate that when people just have the link to the Instagram posted on the Twitter.
Yeah, you do.
That's the worst.
Instagram is the shit. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I have so much fun on Instagram. Like I ain't gonna lie. I find myself like it was like time when I was on house arrest. I find myself literally like. I've been sat in the same spot for 4 hours, literally on Instagram. Like, fuck, I've been sitting here for 4 hours. Like, crazy shit. Like, bro, that shit is like entertaining as fuck, though.
Yeah.
So many bitches. So many bitches.
So many bitches. That is the problem.
Hey, you know who Zoe Alicia is?
No.
You don't know who that is?
I don't think so.
Fucking fine. I don't know what she does. She always with French Montana, though.
Oh, really?
Fucking fine, though. But I just seen her today.
If she hangs out with French Montana, she's probably too hot for me. I feel like the girls that hang out with him are probably pretty hot.
She's pretty hot.
So are there any like Instagram girls you got your eye on? Have you smashed some of the like these ones that you're out here like looking at just yearning for?
Smash Cuban dog.
Okay, you want me to hook you up with her?
Cuban dog sexy as fuck.
Yeah. When I met her, she was really like, she had a nice aura.
She did?
Yeah.
She's sexy as fuck. And the crazy part, she just started blowing up, but I've been following her since before she was blue. I was following her when she was just Asian doll sidekick. Like, that's when I was, like, really paying attention to her. I was like, she's dope to me. Like, I didn't like, to me, I thought Asian doll was kind of like, she was a little more, like, cocky and more, like, I thought, like, Cuban doll was more down to earth and, like, at the time, but it seemed like Cuban doll kind of get it. She kind of got into herself, too.
Well, think about Cuban dated, like, Kodak and Tato.
She did date Kodak?
Yeah, you seen that one video of him throwing money and, like, she's, like, kind of on her knees in front of him?
I forgot about that.
Weird. She's wearing, like, a Gucci jumpsuit or some shit.
She's sexy as fuck.
She is hot as fuck, yeah, I can't lie. I think Asian doll's hot, too.
I was just finna say, Asian doll sexy as fuck, too, though. Asian doll. But her attitude more like...
She's more gangster.
More like, yeah, like, she more like, I don't know, Asian doll. Cuban doll seemed like she more down to earth.
But then Cuban doll, all this new controversy of people saying that she did some wild-ass shit. I'm like, damn, she might be more wild than Asian doll. I feel like Asian doll will fight you, but Cuban doll is now sounding like a criminal mastermind.
They said they both sexy as fuck, though.
Yeah. It's really like you could make your choice about what style you want to go with.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick though, I think I'd choose her with Cuban though.
No comment. I'm not even gonna get political here. Yeah. See, I'm too political.
They both fine. I ain't gonna lie, they both sexy though.
You hit without rubber, just let it rock.
Yeah, I let it ride. I ain't lie.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why. I'm not scared of what Tato got.
I be wanting to see what it feel like.
Yeah.
I'm not scared because Tato kill people.
I did think about that when I met Cuban doll, and I felt like she was like sort of flirting with me a little bit. I was thinking like, oh my God, Tato's gonna kill me if I do anything with her.
Why you didn't smash?
Because my girl was there, and it just felt like.
Yeah.
But I think she's into girls too, so I want to like actually, Cuban.
So?
What's up? Yeah, I feel like no, she definitely. I think she likes girls too, so I feel like I should try to propose that. But see, the thing when I met Cuban is that she was mad nervous about doing the interview, and she like ghosted on me for the interview. I was like, I don't feel comfortable like trying to like holler at her for the treyway if she is like already nervous about the interview.
She might be with it too. I'm sure. I swear I think 6ix9ine had a little treyway with her.
You brought her out to Hawaii, bro.
I think he had a little treyway for sure.
This is the funniest thing that she said.
His little corny ass be like making a little moves though, a little corny ass.
That was the ultimate troll moment because remember, he was beefing with Keith, and then all of a sudden it gets revealed, whatever happened with Tato and Cuban, and so then all of a sudden 6ix9ine, who's supposed to be this like bad dude that women are supposed to hate, all of a sudden he rescues her, brings her to Hawaii, he's just showing her around for a few days. Boom, he looked like a fucking feminist all of a sudden for a little bit.
Looking nice.
When I met Cuban though, I said something about that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get my 6ix9ine on, fly you out to Hawaii with us about me and my girl, and she goes, oh, you do got money.
She's sexy as fuck.
I'm like, yeah, that's funny. I never had a girl like comment on like how much money I probably got, but she dropped it within like a minute.
A little thirsty.
I like that she was just like realistic about it, about what she liked. She liked a guy with some money.
She like money. She a little thirsty. She's sexy though. I ain't gonna lie. I'll give her a little money for her. I'll give her a little money.
Just keep it in mind. It's an option.
Yeah, I'll give her a little money.
She's gonna lock you in a cage.
No, I gotta go home to my baby. I just had a newborn.
Did you? How many kids you got?
This number 5.
5. Holy shit.
Number 5. 4 girls, 1 boy.
How the fuck you paying for all that?
I mean, I make it work.
That's a lot to make work. I'm terrified of having one.
Especially on GR.
I'm terrified of having one. I got a good reason not to though. My girl,
you don't got no kids at all?
No, my girl model and shit. So like,
oh, that's dope.
She can't have a kid because they'll fuck her whole career up, right?
Oh, yeah, that's dope. Who is your girl? She like somebody famous?
So is she like an Instagram model,
I mean,
cam
I've heard
girl
about
thing?
it. I hear about you and your girl, but I've never like paid attention.
At Lena the Plug.
Yeah, that's dope.
Check her out.
What is it?
At Lena the Plug.
At Lena.
You realize what I got on right now? I got the Zaytoven, or excuse me, the Usher merch that was designed by Virgil Abloh. Usher handed me this. He goes, he goes, it's very exclusive. Designed by Virgil.
I would roast an Usher ass about this little shit that he had going on in the media, right?
Man, I was thinking about asking that in the interview. I was like, no way. He's way too cool. Like
No, that's my boy though. I grew up on Usher. I always respected Usher. But like everybody gets it. Like I don't pull no I don't play no favorites. Like I'm not biased. Like every time some shit comes up in the media and it's funny,
No, I was on Twitter dying about that accusation because that girl was so fucking hideous looking that it was just the funniest shit ever.
That shit was fucking hilarious. And you know what's crazy? Oh shit, 1.5 million?
See, the thing about Usher is that I wouldn't give I do not give a fuck if he got an STD. Who the fuck cares? But I am very interested in him smashing like a 300-pound chick. That's wild.
No, what's up with the boy at the bathhouse? Like,
Oh,
like, what the fuck is up with the boy?
I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah, that was the other side of it.
The bathhouse, bro. Jesus.
Who knows, man? You feel like that people get rich and then they just start like doing weirder and weirder sexual shit. They start trying to figure out what they're into, right?
That's what they do. That's of course what they do. You know that's what they do. But see, that's the thing. Like, stop being so like uncomfortable with who you are and be who you are. Like, that's the thing. Like, we win off the uncomfortability. Like, be who you are. Like, you feel me? Like R. Kelly. Like, you didn't know R. Kelly was some weird freak. Like, you know that nigga's freaky and shit. Like,
yeah,
R. Kelly is fucking freaky, bro. Like, we already knew that nigga was a freak. But like now hearing the girl come out and reveal it is like, it's really not even that bad. It's like, it's actually like, it was expected. It's just funny to hear it though.
right.
And it's the uncomfortability with them. Like, their denial and uncomfortability is what makes it hilarious.
Do you think that R. Kelly's like 100% guilty of like serious sex crimes, or do you think that he might just be a weirdo that is
He's just a weirdo. Like, he's not no serious. He's just a fucking freak.
Yeah, but I mean, what about all the girls that are saying that they were like trapped in his house when they were 15 and all this crazy shit? All the pee, just pee, dude.
That's some fucking weirdo shit. What's up with this pee and shit?
Some dude said that he like left the R. Kelly left the studio and that there was just piss all over, like different cups of piss and shit. Like he didn't want the girls to leave the room or something. He would make them pee in cups. What the fuck?
Weirdo shit. They said the girl said he gay. She said,
for real?
She said he gay. They're like, if we had to ask, what would you say? Was he gay or not? She said he's gay. She
wow.
said, yeah, R. Kelly been a star boy all this
time. So what happened with Daz?
Daz goofy as shit, bro.
You were loving it though when he got busted after you guys were beefing, and then he gets busted for weed the next day.
I wasn't loving it, but how fucking ironic, bro. Like, how ironic. Did you ever see that meme with the look on his face with the skinny swisher looking stupid?
I don't know if I saw the meme.
Oh my God, like, he had some funny memes after that shit. Like that, have you ever seen that shack? That shack he called his estate?
What?
He got a shack in the woods like a fucking Jordan. He called it his estate. That shit was fucking hilarious.
But so how did you guys start beefing? Were you just clowning him on some regular shit?
Like, you know, I actually always had a lot of respect for Dad. Like, I grew up on Dad. He a West Coast legend, honestly. But, like, you know, I just felt like he was wrong when he started celebrating after Suge caught the little 28 year after Suge took the deal, or took the plea deal for the 28 years. I just felt like he was wrong and jumping on Instagram, celebrating that shit. And I checked him for it. Like, you know, I respectfully roasted the shit out that nigga. Like, you know, I didn't like disrespect, but you know, he love what I do. He know what I do. And he the same nigga in my DM. Oh, keep doing what you do. Whoa, whoa. But now that it's you in the hot seat, and you feel me, now you done did some goofy shit, and I'm roasting your ass. Now you got a problem. So instead of like, you know, trying to, you know, he can't fuck with me in no roasting and talking no shit. So the nigga just jump off the deep end and just go for the whole publicity stunt and just disrespect my whole blood court. Like,
do you feel like you have to defend Suge just on an overall blood principle, or do you have some kind of connection to him?
It ain't having nothing to, I mean, I do know Suge personally. I've chilled with Suge and all that, but like, it ain't even about that. Like, it was just real nigga, fake nigga shit. Like, that was just some sucker shit. Like, we being real niggas, we real street dudes, and you being a dude that I look up to as a real nigga, and I revere you as a real nigga, for you to get on there and celebrate, like, publicly celebrate a man getting 28 years and shit because he done fucked on your wife, like, because she was a ratchet or whatever the case may be. Like,
that's what happened?
Yeah, like, Suge fucked this broad, and like, you know, he tripping over the pussy. Like, you feel, I thought it wasn't no fun if the homies can't have none.
I don't think that song was about their wives.
I mean, I'm just saying that, bro.
That song was playing in my gym the other day, and there was a girl working out that I didn't realize was 12 years old, and she went up and asked them to turn the song off because it was too offensive. Wow. But that song is really offensive when you think about it.
It's the shit, though.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I remember hearing that as a kid and being like, what the fuck?
That shit is a classic. I mean, like I said, like, I grew up to Dad, so it was never nothing personal to me. Like, he just like he couldn't handle getting roasted the way I roasted the shit out that nigga though, out there. So he just couldn't handle it. You know, he finally was the butt of the joke, and he just couldn't handle it and jumped off the deep end and did that bullshit. But I mean, you know, it's all like kind of like water under the bridge now, cause like you know, like just the situation being as sensitive as it was, like it was just gonna be it was gonna be more bad than good. Us really taking it to a different level. So I just choose to, you know, I'll leave it alone. I'll let him look like the clown that he is.
But so he had to issue that little apology because he offended, like, because when you say slob, that is offensive to all Bloods, basically.
Exactly. All Bloods, like, you feel me? Like, nothing I said warranted that response. Like, what was all that about? But like, honestly, that's how he been feeling. For you to come out and say that, like, you been feeling like that, bro. Like, that's how you really been feeling. Like, that been in your heart. You just chose this situation to let that come out, but that's how you been feeling.
Crazy. So, but then he got caught up. But the shit he got caught up on was just some like pretty low level weed shit. It wasn't nothing super crazy, right?
It's bullshit, but it's not legal out there. Like, you feel me? That's not California. Had it been California, it wouldn't have been shit, but that's not California, so, you know, ain't no telling what's going on. I mean, you know, he got bailed out, so it ain't nothing major. I'm sure it ain't nothing serious.
You think you're stuck here forever?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Stuck where? California?
In LA?
I don't want to move anywhere. Like, I don't want to move. I want to stay in LA. I don't want to move. That's where I'm from. I'm born and raised.
Well, like Daz made the move out to Atlanta. That's like big decision.
That's because child support was probably eating his ass up out here, and that nigga couldn't buy. He can't afford no fucking estate in L.A. He's like, nigga, that's why he went to Georgia. He think he's slick.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot cheaper out there. That's a fact. It's crazy expensive out here. I want to buy a house. It is wild, man.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
Man. I don't want to. I kind of like. I'm like stuck on this loft thing. Like I like got a fetish for this exposed brick, and then like that shit is dope to me. So like.
That's where you live now?
No, that's what I'm.
That's
my
what
goal.
that's the goal. Were you trying to live downtown or something?
Infatuated with that. It's all about the view for me.
It's funny as shit to see dudes move from like Watts to like downtown because it's like a different fucking planet, but it's like a couple miles away.
It's right a couple miles away, but it's like a whole different world, bro. I swear. There's a lot of weirdos downtown, though.
Right.
A lot of weirdos.
Hell yeah. I live down there, man. Fuck that shit. I remember one night I was just walking. I got 2 pieces of pizza. I'm walking back to my apartment. I see a guy. He looks like weird as fuck. He's sitting in the middle of the road. And as I'm walking closer, I realize that he's halfway bent over, pants around his ankles, taking a shit, pissing, and puking all at the same time. And that was when it really started to occur to me, like, man, I don't know if it's good for my like mental health to just see shit like that on a Tuesday afternoon.
It's fucking great. Like, you need that. Like, you need that in your life.
I don't know. My nose.
That lets you know how real the world is. Like, it keeps you in tune with the world. Like.
Theoretically, but I also feel like it just kind of fucks you up. It's like if you had to see somebody getting killed every day, it's eventually going to fuck your brain up. Well, seeing people like in extreme poverty shitting on themselves every day is also probably going to affect your mind in some way, right?
Yeah, that shit is fucking crazy, bro. That shit is disgusting down there. Like the smell down there, you smell some of that shit. Shit is fucking disgusting.
Our old store was right on the edge of Skid Row, and there was just motherfuckers thrashing around, acting crazy. I remember there was one guy who would like take like oil and put it all over the ground, and he would just dance on the oil and just slide around on the oil for just days. He'd be off meth just dancing.
That's weirdo, bro. There's some weird motherfuckers downtown. I ain't lying.
And that's the crazy shit is that people will go to the club, and then they'll get fucked up in the club, and then literally end up just walking into the Skid Row shit, and then they just never come back.
Fucking weirdo.
All of a sudden, they're getting fucked up for the rest of their life.
End up with them trannies and shit. A whole lot of fucking trannies walking around.
There's definitely trans people downtown.
Fucking crazy. A whole lot, like a lot.
A lot. So what you got coming up? What do we need to know about? We should definitely do more videos in the future, but...
I know we should.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean... Honestly, like, it's really no limit for me. I'm so multifaceted. Like, I don't want to put myself in one box. I don't want to say, like, I'm a rapper, I'm an actor. Like, I kind of got it all coming. Like, I see movies coming. Like, honestly, I do want to do the podcast thing. I want to get deeper into it, get more serious about it. Like, I'm working on growing my brand. Like, you know what I mean? I'm working on helping other people grow their brands. I am a brand ambassador still. Like, you know what I mean? I think I still have a great ear for music. Like, you know what I mean? I still got my fans waiting on my album, Brack Season. That's coming.
Oh, okay.
Brack Season. I'm finna drop that song. I got to get back in the studio and get to working, but I'm gonna drop it. It's kind of like Detox right now, like Dr. Dre's Detox.
Oh,
Brack Season kind of like that same type of like they waiting on it, and it's just like, you know, whenever I drop it, I'm gonna drop it. But
you gonna do the visuals and everything?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
We need that.
Yeah, definitely. I think we like way overdue for it. Honestly, like I just wasn't feeling rap for a while. Like just the way the state of the rap game and just the way all the shit I was going through, and I kind of like took a break from it. But I think it's time to like step back into it and like just give it a go.
All the upcoming rappers are Crips.
Are they?
I don't know, like Shoreline, Greedo, Draco, Blueface.
I mean, shout out to them. Shout out to
You
them.
got to come in there and balance it out.
Shout out to them.
All right. So, yeah, Boskoe. Gang shit.
You got to bring your boy back, man. We got to get this shit going.
Who?
Me, I gotta be I need to be like a reoccurring get. Like, you know how why the fuck Vlad always got Lord Jamar on there? Like, you see that shit?
It's like you and him.
Yeah, like we need to get bragging like that. Like,
That's what I'm saying, because I'm starting this No Jumper news thing, and I want to see what our vibe is like on that shit if we try to do the news together.
That shit'll be bragging.
I'll show you the setup. We're probably gonna try it out next week and shit.
Hell yeah, let's go.
All right, Boskoe, No Jumper. You already know.
Inglewood dog.
Peace.
I'm rolling like an alpha,